Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's episode of Jabber with Jengar. Today I want to go into a rational look at different levels of warfare. The tactical level, the operational level, and the strategic level. Now if you're really a little bit experienced in warfare, or you've been in the army, or you read a lot of books, then you are aware of these different levels of warfare. If you haven't read much and you haven't been in the army, you're probably completely oblivious to these different levels of warfare. So I will give you a short explanation to them later on, and when we're on locals, and then we'll get into that. But I wanted to give you a small explanation of why I wanted to go into a rational look of this, because for the guys that have been here a while, they know that I'm a freedom lover. I love the Constitution of America. I think it's the greatest document ever written, and it is very unfortunate that we in the West have been straying from that document a lot. Our democracies have been corrupted. We are losing our freedoms at a rapid pace, and we're going downhill. But Russia is no better, right? It has a dictator in charge, which is Putin, and he doesn't tolerate much opposition. And people get put into jail. You cannot really speak your mind there too much, although it is not as bad as some people in the West think it is. I actually think that the censorship is a little bit worse than in the West, but in the West we have also massive censorship online right now, but many people are also oblivious to that, but that's another point. In my last few videos on the jabbers, I've got, of course, as you know, I've been putting the whole versions these days on locals, because I don't want to disturb you guys too much with my opinions, even though much of my opinions are based on facts. I know this is a gaming channel and you guys come for the gaming mostly, so I've just been putting out announcement videos for these videos with short explanations. And the last one, for example, was Ukraine is losing the war. And I got a lot of heat from people who really are oblivious to these levels of warfare and a rational look at it, and who are mainly looking at mainstream media and their story, and they say, oh, you're a Putin chill and you're pro-Russia, and how could you do that? How dare you? And I will unsubscribe to your channel. And I'm really, that really baffles me sometimes, because I'm usually a person that tries to stay in my rational mind, looking at things objectively from a tactical level, but also looking at the different kinds of propaganda here in the West and from Russia, and then making my own opinion about the situation, right? And looking at what's happening on the ground. And so it's for me sometimes difficult to understand these emotional reactions. Like I just said that Ukraine is losing the war. I will explain that in the video, and join me on locals, and people are, I always find that hilarious, but it's also very unfortunate, because it's just people that don't know any better, right? So today I wanted to give my time towards an explanation of these different kinds of warfare levels, tactical, operational, and strategic, and just give you my explanation on that and how it impacts propaganda, and why we've been seeing a certain kind of narrative here in the West that's been held to for a long time, but in the last few weeks it has been changing towards more the Ukraine is losing side. But hey, man, I don't want to make a joke of it, because I mean, it's a tragedy, this war, for the Ukrainian people. Those are the ones who suffer, and it is a big mess up by NATO and the West to allow it to happen. And it's unfortunate that we pushed Putin this far. That's my opinion, of course, again, but that's also looking at the strategic level and the macro levels of what's been happening the last 30 years, right? This didn't happen by accident, if you look at it objectively, without emotion. Anyway, we'll go into the rest of it on locals. Thank you for watching so far. Give the video a thumbs up. Join me on locals for the rest of it. And yeah, I'll see you there. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, And if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.